What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rock and Road Show. It is Alvie.
It's the 1-3, baby. I don't know what's going on. I got noise coming from somewhere here.
We're coming to you live from separate parts of the country today. I had to work today, so I am sitting in Houston. I know we said we were going to be in the 1-3 bar last week, but that's what happened. So here we are. We're live tonight. I'm in Houston, and 1-3 is at the 1-3 bar. You got everything figured out over there, bud?
I think so, man. I'll do what I can.
Do what you can. Yeah, so I was going to say something. I totally forgot my train of thought. So whatever,
Hey.
It is what it is. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna jump into the show. We are going to pay some bills. I got to get my windows open correctly here so I can see what people are saying, and I'm going to let you rock and roll with the first
Roger that, man.
billing of the paying.
So as always, man, we're brought to you by Misfit Metalworks. New tongue, got it this morning. Sorry. Misfit Metalworks offers CNC plasma cutting, welding, metal fabrication, prototype services, as well as laser engraving. You can contact the Misfits for all your metal needs at 813-598-7409 or stop by the shop at 1913 East Bears Avenue, Unit 1100B. B as in Bravo. That's here in Tampa, Florida, 33613. Why don't y'all let them know the Rock and Road Show sent you, all right?
All right, and before I jump to the next one, Sybil is saying, I can't hear you. So can I make sure that everybody can hear us fine? Okay, Kim says she can hear us fine. Okay, then I will continue with where we're going. We're also brought to you by Eric Warren Artistry. I'm blind. I need to make this bigger because I can't read it. Brought to you by Eric Warren Artistry, Dropkick Customs. Eric Warren Artistry is a custom paint and fabrication studio that specializes turning your custom dreams into reality. EWA offers a one-stop shop for all your paint, metal, and fiberglass needs, welding, full powder coating, motorcycle stereo equipment, air ride systems, custom wheels, and parts development with their Epic line. You can contact Eric Warren Artistries at 813-503-4764. You can stop by the shop at 13215 North Nebraska Avenue, Suite A, Tampa, Florida, 33612. And last but certainly not least, we are also brought to you by the Fran Hosh Law Group. The Fran Hosh Law Group provides legal representation for victims of negligence. They also handle a broad range of personal injury, wrongful death matters, including truck and car accidents, motorcycle collisions, slip and fall injuries, and much more.
All right. So for all your legal needs, please contact Fran Hosh at 866-LAW-FRAN or visit lawfran.com. Or you can stop by the offices at 1275 Nebraska Avenue. That's in Palm Harbor, 34683.
All right. Roger that. So. Let's see. Let's catch up on some comments here. We've got Daniel Hopkins saying, "Hey lads, what's up?" Dan, how's it going over there in the old country there? Scott Flowers, how's it going, gentlemen? Scott, what's going on? Thanks for joining the show tonight. Appreciate that a lot.
Hey, real quick, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, I need to get your info because I want to talk to you about that. What we discussed riding last week. I think I may just be interested, man.
Oh. Super secret over here? Are you super secret squirrel?
No, man, no secrets, bro. You know about riding the track. We've never done it.
Oh, that's right. Gotcha.
Yeah, Roger, I think that. you and I discussed that we'd like to do that.
Yeah, that'd be good. HD saying, "Hey, what's up?" Thanks, HD. Always good to see you. Always good to hear from you. Sybil said, "I can't hear you, but we got that all figured out. Hopefully, unmute your deal. Maybe that might help." Dan again saying, "Hope you all are safe and well." We are. Everything is going good. We had an awesome weekend this weekend. We're going to talk about that. And likewise, I hope you guys are all safe over there in the UK. I know the lockdowns have got you guys a little tightened up, but hopefully you guys are staying sane again. I think we talked about it last week. We're probably not too far away from that happening to us as well. Yeah. Kim's joined us. Thank you, baby. She says she hears us just fine. Garth, thanks for joining, brother. Evening, gentlemen. Sitting down to enjoy the show with a Rock and Road Show cigar. Have at it, fellas. That's awesome. Glad you're enjoying the cigars. The 1-3 did tell me that we sold a couple, so I'm super stoked that you're enjoying the stogies. So thanks for that, brother. I really appreciate it.
Alvie, if you get a chance, can you go ahead and throw that link up there? Is it
Yeah,
Cigar Store USA, I believe?
yep. I'll get a second. When I get a second here, I'll take care of that. Sybil saying
Thank you.
good now. Glad you figured it out. Dan saying first week here in second UK lockdown. That's brutal. Like I said, ours is coming. I think so. Uh, we'll be we'll be quarantine buddies, I guess. And then Scott saying can do. He's looking for track loving. That's perfect. So, all right. So I think we're kind of caught up here. Lastly, Dan saying, but good news. Biker community could do as classified as recreational motorcycle as it follows social distancing rules. Been riding solo and record. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like if motorcycling isn't the ultimate social distancing deal, right?
We've been doing it for years, man. We've been
Yeah,
doing it for
absolutely.
years.
So I mean, you got a helmet on, so you got your mask, you're keeping away from everybody. So so that's awesome. So I'm glad that you're actually able to get out on two wheels and enjoy the road. So okay, so let's kind of push the show along. Let's talk about what we did this week in 1-3, and let's have some fun with that. So uh, as some of you guys may know, we had an event this weekend. It was an old school biker rodeo, um, and we had a blast. I
Oh
think
man,
I
it
speak for
was
both of us.
yes, you do. It was incredible, man. What a great weekend.
Yeah, so we went out to the American Legion post up in Newport Richey, or yeah, Newport Richey Hudson area,
Yep.
post 355. And man, we had a blast. It was super windy, which was a little brutal. Dealing with kind of the beginning stages of a tropical storm, a tropical system that we had to deal with over the last few days. But yeah, it was a bit windy. Wild Bill, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining. But yeah, it was a little windy, so we had to batten down the hatches as best we could. But food was kind of flying everywhere at one
Oh
point
gosh.
too. So
The
um,
tents, there was tents going, man. It
yeah,
was
tents were
crazy.
kind of flying everywhere. Luckily the 1-3 was smart, and before I left the house, he called me and he's like, "Hey, if you got some dumbbells, bring them because we got to strap this down."
Yeah,
Um,
more than us.
Yeah, for sure. Also, you know what? Before we jump into this, I wanna backtrack. This is something I forgot to even do. I don't have any what you call it, videos or anything for this. But prior to this event, I had the privilege to attend the Fire and Iron regional meeting, their quarterly regional meeting. So they had representatives from all of the Fire and Iron stations from Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and I believe Alabama. So it's a good swath of the Southeast. These guys were there. They were doing their meeting, but the main reason for the meeting and the reason that we were invited to show up. Hey, Connie, what's going on? Thanks for joining. The main reason we were invited to show up was because they were giving the check of the money that we raised for the children's burn camp when we did our 9/11 memorial ride. Um, and it was cool. I've got some video. The video, unfortunately, I wasn't smart. I didn't set up the tripod, so I didn't get the footage of the check being presented, but what I did get was the representative from the children's burn camp explaining what the burn camp was and talking about different kids that show up and how amazing the burn camp is for these kids. And for those of you who may not remember, the children's burn camp is a place for kids who have burn injuries, and some of these kids are you know, are completely head to toe third degree burn survivors. Some have just certain spots, legs, arms, face, whatever. And it's just a place for kids to go to be with other kids that are like themselves. And so I took the video. I'm going to cut it up because it's about 20 minutes. I want to cut it up and just kind of hit the high points of it. But it was amazing listening to this woman talk about these kids and how they show up and when they're on their own. These kids They don't wear T-shirts. They don't wear shorts. They don't wear bathing suits, things like that. And then when they go to the burn camp and they're with all these kids that are like them, they open up. They start wearing T-shirts. They start wearing shorts. They start, that kind of stuff. They start, and then what's really cool about it is when they leave the burn camp and they go back home to all of their, their friends and their family and so forth and so on. They carry that over. So it's
So they're
opening
more
these.
so they're more open at that time then.
Yeah, so they're opening these kids up, and it's just an amazing, amazing story. And I was honored to be there, and we were able to donate almost an eight. It was a $7,900 check to the Children's Burn Camp on behalf of the Rock and Road Show, Fire and Iron, Constance After Dark, and Rider Now magazine. So it was awesome. The woman's eyes just lit up when she got that check, because nobody was really expecting a lot because COVID shut everything down. So because and the Fire and Iron group was awesome, and they basically told us that if it wasn't for the 9/11 ride and the money that we raised, they wouldn't have been able to give much. So being able to donate almost $8,000 to an amazing cause was great. It felt awesome, and was just privileged to be a part of that deal. Um, and then while I was there, I called Bobby afterwards, but I made a command decision for the Rock and Road Show crew and family, and we are going to make the 9/11. We're going to make a 9/11 ride an annual thing for the Rock and Road Show. We will do a ride every 9/11, and it will be for the Children's Burn Camp. So next year we're going to do a ride just like we did this year. We'll get new spots. We'll find new places to go, and hopefully we can turn over a $20,000 check this time or something
That'd be
along
awesome.
those lines. So we'll see. But now we've got a year. Well, half a year now, because we're already almost done with this year. But we've got a while to plan for this, as opposed to a month. So, which is what we did
We
for the
did.
9/11 ride. We
It's
put that
crazy.
together in a month.
It's crazy. It came up as a little idea in my head, and we just I called you one night, and literally by Monday or Tuesday, we had everything set up. Let's go.
Yeah, and
It's
Connie
crazy.
was a huge help with that too.
Connie.
So yeah. Kenneth Smith, what's going on? Thanks, man. It's going great. Thanks for joining the show. Okay, now let's get to what we were talking about. So an amazing event we had this weekend. It was for an amazing cause, as well as if these events aren't for amazing causes, but we raised some money for the Veterans Enhancement Project. We've talked about who the Veterans Enhancement Project. Bob, I'm going to let you take that, and I'm going to make these. I'm going to start posting some stuff here. So.
Start posting some, post
Yeah.
some links. All right, so the Veterans Enhancement Program is literally about they help veterans that have I guess wartime injuries and such. They help them with getting back on bikes by working their bikes. They modify the motorcycle so that they can operate the bike with like missing limbs or what have you. They teach the veteran how to ride again with those injuries, and they also teach them how to work on them. They also can place them into a new job. They do like a VOTEC thing, and it is just a really, really cool organization. Yeah, did I miss anything with that? I think
No, I think that sounds about right.
covered.
Yeah. So, like 1-3 was saying, so battlefield injuries, even guys that don't have injuries, or just vets that maybe down on their luck, don't have
That's the part
don't have the cash or the availability to do the work. They can bring it to the Veteran Enhancement Project, and those guys can they'll help them work on the bike. They'll teach them how to work on the bike. So it's just an overall a great cause. Those folks were out there this past weekend, so we were able to talk to them. I wish we had some time so we could have actually sat down with them and done an interview and got a proper thing. But I'm sure that somewhere along the line our paths will cross again, and we'll be able to actually sit down and figure that out. Have a meaningful interview and have those guys explain in more detail what that is all about. So,
Absolutely. Hey, Dale,
uh,
how's it going?
Dan's saying, I think given the world pandemic, when it's over, the charity and bike ride and causes you are doing, it will grow so massively the charity check will be doubled, if not tripled, the donation. Yeah, I hope so. I really do. The
Absolutely.
fact that we were able to raise the money that we did on short notice and uh, shitty weather is
Yeah.
just amazing to me.
You know,
Um,
I have to thank all the bikers that came out that
for
day
sure,
because let
yeah,
me tell you,
absolutely. Because without them, it wouldn't have worked, right?
no, it wouldn't have. And it was a crappy day. It literally rained most of the day, and we still all these guys came out to help us help them, and
Yeah.
which was to help Fire and Iron and help their burn camp. It was just freaking amazing. Everyone, it gave me goosebumps because everybody I met said, "Hey, we're here for you. We're here for you. We're here for you," which in turn meant they were here for them, the
Right.
kids, and so it just was awesome. It was a great day. All right,
Yeah,
sorry
no,
about that.
no, perfect. Dale saying, "Hey, caught that one, Connie. Great day, great day. Lovely rodeo was awesome." Yeah, we're gonna jump into that here in a second.
Yes, we are.
And Dale saying, "My nephew is starring in Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel. Fred Lewis. They are mining for gold and has all veteran buddies helping." That's awesome, dude. I've caught that show several times, and it's one of those that it's one of those to me like. Uh, so I used to watch, like, I was a big Deadliest Catch guy. I used to watch the
Oh,
Deadliest
hell
Catch like
yeah.
when it was on. Now it's been around so long. It's just kind of like, if it's on, I'll catch it, whatever. That's Gold Rush for me. Every time I'm flipping the channels and I pass it, I'm like, yeah, let me see how much gold these guys found this time. So,
You know,
so I'll have to check that out, especially knowing that there's a connection there. That's kind of cool. Um,
my go-to now is Forged in Fire. I
that's a good
dig
one
that.
too, man.
I
That's a
dig
good
that
one
show,
too.
man.
Yeah, I didn't know what that show was until I was at Kim's family for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever one year, and Kim's stepdad was watching that show, and I was like, "What is this show?" And he told me, I was like, "This is amazing. I love it."
It's freaking
Um,
awesome, man.
no, it's so good. Dan's saying, I think Indian
It will
Motorcycle,
kill.
yeah, Indian Motorcycle do a rehab profit for retired or injured veterans who have suffered after effects from tours. Do a bike maintenance program and bike build programs to get and body focus or mind and body focus on something constructive than to be destructive. I will find the name and mention the program when I check and find it for you. It's American based too. That's perfect.
Well, that's awesome.
Program
Yeah,
profit.
and Indian. Okay, we'll just leave it at
I
that.
know you're such an Indian hater. Dale saying
I'm
that everybody on there are vets, and that's
right.
that's perfect. And that's kind of the overall overreaching theme of this show tonight is because of it just being Veterans Day. Um, we kind of wanted to tie a whole show into
Yes.
veteran causes and veteran things. So that's what today's show is all about. But yeah, so we digress. Let's get back to the rodeo. So the rodeo was awesome, man. Some of the it's like some old games that we all know, some new games that me and the 1-3 had no idea, but yeah, we started off with a slow race, and that was great. We had it was funny because I had to put my old officer hat on and
Right.
walk into the pavilion and try and get people to sign up because nobody was signing up for anything.
Wait a minute,
Connie,
officer. Nah,
yeah,
you were like drill sergeant,
drill
man. It
sergeant
was
hat, whatever. But yeah, so Connie came up to me at one point in the afternoon and she's like, "You need to go do something because nobody has signed up for anything." Uh, so I got inside the pavilion and I realized that our PA system wasn't reaching inside the pavilion, so nobody could really hear us. So I turned the mic off, which I thought I had turned the mic off. Apparently, I
no,
did not turn the mic
you,
off,
you
and
didn't.
I was blaring out Kim Cindy underneath the tent. But yeah, I got up under there and just started hollering at people. It was like, look, everybody here are vets. I know you guys are all vets, and everybody remembers mandatory fun back in the day when you were in the military. So this is mandatory fun. Get off your asses and go sign up for an event so we can have some fun and we can raise some money here. So Dan, what's up? Dan Lindbergh saying hi.
Hey,
Um,
man.
Connie's saying, "Ha, it was hysterical. You yelled and it worked." Yeah, apparently I freaked a couple people out. They were like, that dude's mean, dude." So hey, if it worked, it worked. But yeah, so we did a slow race. We ended up having one too many bikes and a an old vet that was hemmed up with a busted ass leg. He was on his like hover round or whatever you want to call it.
That little scooter.
The little scooter, and he's like, "I'll race him." So it was hilarious. With the last race, we had a guy on a bike and a guy on his little scooter, but that was kind of funny. Um, and then the slow race, we had a winner of the slow race. The amazing thing, the guy who won the slow race, he kind of won all the events that day, but the guy who
He
won the
was
slow
good.
race could ride a bike. And what was amazing about his slow race was, and I don't know if you caught it, 1-3, but at the end, he actually stalled that bike and was able to start it again and get rolling again without
I
touching the ground.
I did not
Yeah.
know he
So
stalled it.
he stalled the bike. Yeah. So it was something else. And then we went on to Needle in the Haystack, which was an interesting one. We had a couple of haystacks and we had some foam dice that were in there, and ladies went UFC battle royale style into this hay bale and tried to find these dice, and ultimately we had a winner that found the
You
first
see the
dice in the
one
last one.
the one girl just buried the other girl. She
Oh,
just
dude,
like
they were just hauling ass into this thing. It was just ass and elbows the whole time. It was amazing. It was hilarious.
we
Uh,
definitely got to do that again.
yeah, I agree. HD saying, "Sad I missed it. Had a drag race in Gainesville." Yeah, no worries, HD. I know you got. We were talking about it beforehand. I know you guys had a race, but
We're we're
I'm
get
sure you had fun too.
we're yeah, we're gonna get up and see him race one day.
Yeah, we absolutely will. And then the last game we did was the cone race.
Yep.
And that was one that I think we had an idea of what we were doing, but then we ran it one time and we're like, okay, no, we got to change this. So we ran it a second time, and if we ever do it again, I think we've got it down where it's got to be timed, no feet can touch the ground, and then that way there's no ifs, ands, or buts if there's a tie, if there's not a tie. But yeah. So anyhow, the same guy that won the slow race also won the cone race. So
Yes, he did.
um, I think his name was John, if I'm not mistaken.
John. His name was John, and
Yeah, I don't remember who he was riding with or anything like that. But John, if you're around and you see this video, kudos, man. Really good job. You're great on a bike, brother. That's what the basically that's what the rodeo was, man. Is who could ride their bike the best. Um,
oh, Connie put up there how much we collected. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I can't read it.
it's $2,100, 2,156, so
Awesome.
$2,156. So that's awesome. So we got to get that to a good cause, and I know they're going to use that for an amazing time. So all right, so what we're going to do, Dan, I'm going to get back to this one in a second. I've got two videos I want to play for you guys. Each of them are about two-ish minutes long. The first one we're going to talk about is the new theme song. Um,
Yeah. Now,
so go ahead.
I was gonna say you don't have a clean version of it, right? So
No, I don't have a studio
good,
version of it. I just
good.
have the version of the there at the event. So
Okay,
so
yeah,
the audio's it's gonna be a little hard to hear, but I think the point comes across. Um, so our good friends at 3 Foot Offset were challenged by the 1-3 not long ago
yep.
um, to write a song for the Rock and Road Show that we could use as an intro into all of our shows. And they did it. They wrote a song, and we are one of these days. Me and the 1-3 are going to go up to their house and their studio, and we are going
Yep.
to not necessarily lay vocals, but more
We actually are going
voice
to, by the
tracks.
way.
I don't know how much of a vocal you want from Alvie, but yeah. So once me and the 1-3 get up there and we can get it recorded in the studio and everything else, we are gonna change the intro once again. And one of the main reasons for changing the intro, we love the video and we're gonna keep that video as intact as we can. I'll have to move some stuff around just because of the flow of the song, but um, but we're unable to monetize our videos because we're getting copyright claimed every time we put a video up, because even though I downloaded a royalty free song, apparently there are royalties to it. So whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna hit y'all with the 3 Foot Offset Rocking Roadshow theme song. So here, what, 1, 2, where'd it go? Okay, I
Hold
gotta
on to your
find it again.
britches, baby.
Hold on to your britches. Here it is. All right, here it comes.
Alvie, do we have dead air?
So there you have it. That is the Rocking Roadshow theme song as performed by 3 Foot Offset. So uh, couldn't be more happier. It's funny. I love it. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I couldn't be more stoked about that. So we will get a studio quality version of that, and then that'll be the new intro to the show. So, and for those of you who couldn't make out, it's basically all the stuff that we say on the show. Keep the rubber side down, keep it rocking. It lists all of our sponsors, uh, live at the 1-3 bar, all that stuff. So it was just
Casa de Alvie.
Casa de Alvie. So it's just super cool. We were stoked that they did that for us. We couldn't be happier. All right, I'm gonna jump back to some comments real quick, and we'll move forward.
Alvie
So
always says.
let's keep it rocking. So Dan saying, I remember that Budweiser did 1 year special edition bottles of beer with the veterans who served, active, and retired, free, individually made with their names labeled on the bottle as a thank you for their service for doing what keeps the world turning and keeping us safe. And they were passionate bike riders too. Thank you, Budweiser. That's awesome. I did not know that. So
I
that's
think I
killer.
remember that. Yeah.
Sybil saying that's awesome. I agree. We love it. Connie, love this. That's great. Scott, going back to what I was saying about royalty free, he's saying nothing's free. LOL. You got that
Yeah.
right on. You
That's a
perfect there.
fact.
Dale saying, don't you hate that? I'm playing a video tonight. I will probably get flagged. Hey, we've been there. We actually got flagged a couple months ago with some music videos we were playing. So hey, whatever. We're not big enough for it to really matter in the grand scheme of things. But hey, it is what it is. Dan saying it's good. Will be good to see it stand the test of time, and it will be a hit and be made a hit if not yet already. Perfect. They even got my name. Yep, Constance After Dark is in there as well. So, yeah. So again, I know the guys at 3 Foot Offset will eventually see this video. So guys, thank you. We told you thank you already, but thank you again. You guys kicked it. You guys rocked it. I knew you would. So we can't wait to get that all buttoned up and done. All right, and then lastly, what we're going to do is our good friend Andy Barrera from Skyview Drone Photography, the official photographer of the Rocking Roadshow.
Yes,
which
he
we've got to
is.
make him a shirt. We're going to figure that out, but I want to play a video that Andy put together for us. It kind of encompasses everything that went on during that event. There's something I think it's in this video. I hope it is because I want to talk about it at the end after the video. So one more video. I'm going to play this for you guys. Like I said, it's about 2 minutes long. You got something, 1-3?
No, I was just knowing where you were going.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna play this video. Let it play out again, like about 2 minutes, and then we'll be on the backside again. All right. And here it goes. All right, there you have it. Thank you to Andy over at
That
Skyview Drone Photography for giving us that video. It came out awesome. What I was talking about wasn't on the video. I thought it was, but that's fine. We could talk about it.
yes.
So after we finished the cone race, um, one of the guys from the lead or yeah, lead, right? American Legion, right?
Yeah, he was
Um,
from the Legion.
yeah, one of the guys from the Legion had a trike, and he had there was a gentleman who showed up there, was a Navy veteran from World War II.
Yes.
And the guy was, they put him on the back of the trike and they took him around the cone race, and they were going back and forth. I don't know how many times they went back and forth. And then we were just feeding them. We're feeding them balls. We're like, here, man, y'all do whatever. It was just awesome. And then at one point they stopped. They came over. We sat and talked with the gentleman. My dad was there. He was in town. He's in town for the holidays. So my dad is a retired submariner. So him and my dad and the gentleman, the World War II vet, sat around and talked shop basically. It was awesome. It was amazing to see him there. And it's one of those things that I don't know how many people really let it sink in and let themselves think about it. But those guys are few and far between now. We're losing those
Yes.
guys at record numbers right now. I mean, they're getting up there. But once those guys are gone, all that's left of that history is in the books, or in, photography and things like that. Once those guys are gone, that's it, And I would say to anybody watching this show, if you ever get a chance to meet one of these fine gentlemen, do yourselves a favor, sit down and talk with them, because most of those guys will talk about their experiences to some degree. They won't go all the way into it, obviously, but a lot of those guys love to tell their stories because they also realize that
Yes.
that line and that connection is soon going to be gone. So it was just awesome to sit down and if only for 5 minutes or so, to have a word with an American patriot.
Well,
Um,
there's looking up at the screen right now. I just saw that Dan Lindbergh posted. His dad is a World War II Navy veteran and still alive, which is awesome.
yeah, I
You know,
mean, I'm sure Dan can agree and can attest to the fact that if you get a chance to sit down with those guys, or what's even better, man, is if you can find a couple of them
yeah,
and like at a Legion post or a VFW post or something like that, and you can just kind of be a fly on the wall, because if you get two World War II vets together, those guys will talk for hours back and forth to each other. It's just amazing. Um, let's see, Dan wondering if the plant-based burgers have hit the U.S. They have. They're amazingly good. I
no,
haven't seen them. I haven't seen them at bike events yet or bike rallies yet, but I wouldn't doubt they'd eventually show up. But I love them. The Impossible Burgers or Beyond Meat Burgers. You can't tell the difference. So if
yeah,
I
you
were to
can.
get,
You
no,
no,
you
no,
can't.
because
No,
no,
you
because
can't.
I can because you don't eat meat. Well, you eat, but
I'm not talking about Bubba Burgers or Black Bean. I'm talking about Beyond Meat or Impossible Burgers. They taste like beef. If I were to buy you one and not tell you what it is and you ate it, you'd know no different. I guarantee that.
don't believe
Um,
that.
Dan saying great video. I agree. Kim, Andy does such great work. He really does. Look,
Yes, he does.
that's another thing. We'll push fast forward and move on to the next topic. But that's one thing I want. That's one thing I want to say is Andy Barrera, Skyview Drone Photography, local guy in Tampa, does real estate photography, does as you saw, drone footage. He was just hired not that long ago to record or to get or no, I'm sorry, was hired just to take pictures
Still
of
pictures. Yep.
still pictures of a tug and a barge that goes from Tampa Bay port, the Tampa port, over to Louisiana or something like that, right? Galveston or something like that. It basically just goes back and forth, back and forth. Company hired him to take pictures. He ended up taking those pictures and shooting some amazing drone photography. Um, Before the show ends, I'm going to link. He's got a YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to
Yeah.
link his YouTube channel so you guys, if you want, you can go look at some of the other stuff that Andy's done. Um, he does awesome work. We're happy to have him as part of the Rock and Roadshow team, and every time he puts together a video of the stuff that he shoots for us, it's just amazing. So,
And we
love it.
always get lots of compliments on it. So, and
Yep.
that's because of him. We get compliments on our stuff, but it's because of him.
But it's all his
So,
work, right?
yeah.
And Scott saying it's a brotherhood, it most certainly is. It's just like anything else. I mean, I'm sure you could take guys, you could take guys from the Vietnam era too, and you sit two of those guys across from each other, and they'll talk for hours about their experiences and things like
Yeah.
that. So,
Absolutely.
um, so yeah, again, awesome, amazing event. We had a lot of fun. I'm sure we got another one coming eventually, but yeah, great job, Connie. Awesome event as always. Did you Kenneth saying did you guys get a package from UAV? I did not. I know
Uh,
Bobby, that'd be on
I
you.
didn't. I didn't see the package. Did not come to my house yet. No, it did not.
All right. And then Connie says, thanks guys for always helping with my events. Love you both. Love you too. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely,
Um,
Connie.
Garth saying, sorry, Alvie, I'm with 1-3. Plants need to stay in their lane and just be plants. You don't see me pretending to be a veggie. I don't know. I know. Hey, look, I I know a couple of guys that eat meat that would beg to differ with you. They say that their meat can be a broccoli sometimes. So hey,
No.
yeah, because they don't like their veggies, so they just eat meat,
Well,
right?
see, and that's the
Uh,
thing. That's my whole thing is I don't like vegetables. I mean, there's certain vegetables I eat and certain ones I don't. And broccoli, like what you were cooking at your house the other night. I'm sorry, bro. You are not allowed to cook that shit again when I come
That's
over.
hilarious. Scott saying Ken giving us all a package. Yeah, look, hey, we all know broccoli and cauliflower cooking does not smell good, but
No.
it tastes damn good. So,
If you
um,
say so, I'll let you keep it.
all right. So let's
So
see. He says
anyway,
Roger gave it to Frank 2 weeks ago to send. We'll talk to him and see where it be. Roger that.
Roger that,
Sounds
man.
good, Kenneth. Appreciate it, brother. All right, so we're going to change lanes here, and we're going to talk about an amazing company that it's a startup company. Actually, they've been around for 3 years, and it's a veteran. I would be careful. I don't think it's a veteran-owned company, but they do a lot of stuff with vets. So,
Yes.
1-3, I'll let you take it away.
Well, what is it? The Kirsch helmets? It's basically new helmet tech. This very young company has a helmet design that is very different from traditional helmets. The interior honeycomb liner is actually packed with silicone that directs the force of impact away from the skull rather than using layers to stop the impact from reaching the skull. So basically, if you think of a pebble striking water, you see the ripples go out. That's what this gel does. It distributes the impact around. It's kind of pretty cool. The way that the force will be dissipated around the helmet and around the your head, so it doesn't like crush your skull.
Yeah.
They're trying to. I guess they're doing so that the hardened shell doesn't stop the force, because that is what causes the most trauma when your
Right.
head hits and it keeps going. So
Well, it's always,
anyway,
what they always say, right? It's not the impact that hurts you; it's the sudden stop, right?
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
part that hurts you, and that's the part that kills you. But yeah, these guys, it's an amazing. I've got some video. I'm going to play some video for this too. I know it's a AV kind of night tonight, but yeah, really amazing helmet technology, and they were actually named the helmet of the year, or the official helmet of Sturgis this year, and they're kind of taking over as a leader in the half shell helmet sector. Um, but
Yeah, I
they're
guess
not
I
stopped. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess I missed to tell that it is half shell. It is not a
Yeah, they are
full.
half shells, and but they're not stopping there. They want to get into construction helmets and maybe possibly sport helmets like football and hockey and things like that. But what's really cool about this company is they were just honored by the U.S. Department of Labor on Tuesday for its work in recruiting and hiring and retaining veterans. It's a New York. It's based in Schenectady. They were a one of 675 employers nationwide that were honored in a virtual ceremony by the Labor Department in DC. And then it's part of the Honoring Investments in Recruiting and Employing American Military Veterans Act, which was signed by President Trump in 2017, recognizes employers who commit to civilian employment of U.S. military veterans. So anytime you got a company that's willing to hire vets and keep them employed, is just, to me, is near and dear to my heart, right? Um,
Yeah,
Dan's saying, I wonder how much they will cost, and they're not terrible. I mean, they're right in line with most of your helmet tech. Helmets. They range in the $200 range, the low to mid $200. They're not going to be like what are the ones we have? They're DOT half helmets,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, we picked those up for like $80, $90. These are, and I'm going to show you. There's a video to explain why they are priced in the price that they are. But really, $200 between your head and the pavement, or a car door or windshield or anything else like that, I think is well worth the price. Um, and before I jump, I want to get back to the comment Dan said. It was interesting when my brother and cousin Vietnam vet, uncle Korean vet, and dad World War II vet, and grandfather World War I vet got together. That's amazing.
Wow.
So let me backtrack that for a second. So Dan's brother and cousin were Vietnam vets. They have an uncle who was a Korean War vet. They have a dad, his dad and an uncle were World War II vets, and their grandfather is a World War I vet. So, dude, that's intense, man.
Kudos to your family, brother.
No shit, man. Like I thought we were, my dad was U.S. Navy. I was U.S. Navy. My brother's U.S. Army. But that's incredible, man. So kudos to your family and the sacrifices that they made over the years, man, because that's amazing. I wanted to get back to that because that's
Yeah,
wild, man. That's absolutely
very
wild.
cool to touch on that one.
Scott saying Crazy Owls. You're absolutely right. That is correct. Crazy Owls are the DOT shorties that we all wear. Kim saying, Sybil, we learned that he's what? You guys are confusing me here. Kim and Sybil are going back.
Don't even
Kim,
worry about it. Let them talk.
I don't I don't know what you guys are talking about there. All right. So what I've got here is I've got two videos from Kirsch. The first one explains kind of how the helmet works on an impact, and then the second one is going to be a video that shows you just how strong these helmets are. So so with that in mind, here comes the first one. They call it the spike test.
Ouch.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so there's that. That's the first test. So you can see there in the first part of that video is a regular DOT half helmet. May not even be a DOT half helmet. They didn't really say there, but you see the spike. That dart comes in, hits the top of the helmet, and goes. The energy goes all the way through. The glass head itself shatters, which basically is your skull shattering. So that is a test that is done industry wide. So. I found that interesting. And then you saw when they did it, that spike came down, hit the helmet, actually bounced back into the tube, and came back out, and the glass head stayed good. So they're doing something right. Just incredible. Who would have thought that there's more stuff to happen for helmet tech. But there you have it. I mean, that's just that goes to show you just how much you can dissipate, by dissipating that force and spreading it around everything, just how good it is. And then this last one we're going to show is they call it the Jeep test, and I'll just leave it at that. So here comes the Jeep test.
800,000 of these are sold every year in the United States. And somebody's going to die today wearing this helmet. And so that's why we started with the half shell. And we're going to go up from there. But right now we want to solve a problem that we think is out of control. So this is our helmet. Same size, design.
I bought my little rag out here. I don't even think we ruined the paint job on this, as you can see.
We want you to take a look at the Kirsch helmets at kirschhelmets.com, and please take a good look. If you can, find a place where you can take it for a ride, because we know once you take it for a ride, you're going to buy it, and then we know you're going to enjoy the ride with the rest of us. Somebody find a garbage can for this.
Can you return it?
Yeah, can we get a refund?
Yeah, so that's incredible, and the fact that he said, what did he say? 800,000 of these are sold annually in the country, and he was talking
Well,
about the other helmets, right? The other brand. 800,000 of these are sold every year, and he said somebody today is going to die wearing this helmet, and one thing, there's one thing I do want to say too is we are not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with this company. I saw this, thought was going to talk about it because of its ties with veterans, and that they just won an award. And then I dove deeper into it and saw just kind of what these helmets are, and it's like, man, let me tell you what, that's some pretty eye-opening stuff right there. And like Kim said, that's crazy. Sybil saying really eye-opening. Completely agree. Dan saying that I think the British racing market will want to buy market ownership of that idea, incorporate in their race helmets. I think, I really think that these guys have something here, and I think that they're, you're probably looking at a new industry leader in the next few years.
I think they are. Go ahead. I think they are onto something, but my thing is, how cars have crumple zones for a reason. I mean, obviously you don't want your head to crumple, but I'm just saying, to absorb the impact. So I guess the gel, spreading the impact out is a really good thing, but driving a Jeep over it, I don't think is a good example it's a nice strong helmet, but I don't know that it's a good example,
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, because you probably, you would, I guess there is some failure built into those things. I guess, I don't know. Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know.
No,
I would imagine, like, let me put it to you this way. If I'm on a bike and my head is impacting something, that one that didn't break with a Jeep sitting on it is the one I want my brain inside. I can tell you that right now.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But what damage is that going to cause further down the body? That impact.
I don't know, but I mean,
or is it?
Look,
because it may not.
Sure, it may not. And I mean, I'm not a helmet expert, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if helmets are made to have some of that give, like you were saying, like crumple zones in cars and things like that. But I would imagine, you only have, whatever it is, that much between your head and pavement. You better hope that it's good. That's all I'm saying. But again, not in any way affiliated with us here. I just thought it was interesting.
It is. It's very cool. I actually was telling my wife, I think it's almost time for me to get a new helmet anyway. So
yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Dan saying full face helmet application would be great for race bags. So just real quick, and then we'll kind of move on. They started with half helmets because there aren't very many in the market right? There's not a big market share. Full face helmets are kind of owned by the big guys, right? By Bell and by Icon and all those big time helmet makers, right? There aren't a whole lot of people making half helmet. I think Bell is really the only company that makes a DOT, with the exception of the ones we have. But Bell is kind of the only one that really does it. Everything else you find are novelty helmets, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to capture the half helmet market, get something out there that's good and everybody knows it is, and then kind of branch out from there. So I think we'll see these guys in the future. What was interesting about this company, like I said, it's a startup company. They started with a $1 million loan. That was, I say loan, a lot of it was crowdfunded,
Right.
because they had an idea and they were going with it. So just, interesting deal. HD badass helmet. Kenneth saying need impact test, not pressure test. Agreed. And that first one that we saw was an impact, was an impact test, and was an impact test that is used industry wide.
Despite
So
right. But there's got to be
so,
more impact tests.
oh, I'm sure that there's
I
more
mean,
tests and everything else. These were just 2 videos that they
oh,
put
yeah.
on their website. So of course they're going to make it look better than anything,
Than
right?
everything
So,
else. Oh yeah.
I agree
No,
with
but
Bobby. Crush zones absorb impact. Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably some of that built into it. Dan saying the issue with weak based helmets is issues that they are made in China or Europe, make a mass production from cheap but source materials. Yeah, there's a lot to be said by that a lot of stuff is made in the foreign markets because it's cheap labor, everything else. You need
Yes.
cheap materials. You see that in everything. You see that in cars. Hell, I see it in airplanes. We had an airplane that had Chinese steel in it. It was or not steel, but aluminum, and it was fucking. I said it again, damn it! It was terrible.
Stop.
It was bad. It was corrosive. It was awful. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Dan. Other helmets have what they call MPF or MIPS system, and then helmet slamming into pavement. Agreed there, Ken. And Dan saying I can see the new company being bought by a big firm. Yeah,
I'm sure.
probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
That company will probably be bought out very shortly for big money, and you'll probably never see that product on the market.
It's probably so. We see that a lot with a bunch of other things too.
Yeah. Well, I do. I know for a fact there was an engineer that designed a crankshaft for the Ford Motor Company. This crankshaft lasted the lifetime of the vehicle. Ford Motor Company says, no. You need to design this to fail at this parameters.
Yeah.
This is a fact.
Planned obsolescence, man.
Yeah, it's just like, well, we need to sell parts for our vehicles. That's how we stay in business.
Absolutely.
And it's just things that happen, man. And I was like, wow. You figure this carburetor will get you 100 miles to the gallon. Oh, no. We don't want that.
Absolutely.
We don't want that. So.
And then Scott saying European standards based are better than DOT. Just saying. You may be right. I don't know. I would imagine. I mean, it seems like everything in Europe is a little bit more intense than the U.S. I know their EPA standards are higher, things like that. So it wouldn't surprise me that's the truth. So, but yeah, hey, look, check them out. If you guys are in the market for some helmets, KirschHelmets.com. Go check them out. Like I said, we're not affiliated with them at all, but they look like they got a really good product, and I think maybe they're worth a read. They're worth a glance for sure. So
absolutely.
And who knows? Maybe this will get back to them, and we can be a sponsor for Kirsch Helmets.
I'd like that. Maybe we should call them.
All right. Our last topic we're going to talk about is Veterans Day, man. I don't have any videos or any, anything. I don't have any overlays or anything like that. I just wanted to talk about Veterans Day and what Veterans Day means, and what we should do, man. A lot of people, and I think we've talked about this on our show several times, but a lot of people confuse Veterans Day and Memorial Day and
Yep.
vice versa.
Yep.
Yeah, most of you guys do know Veterans Day is for all vets, um, living and gone, and then Memorial Day is just for those guys and gals that we've lost. So,
Yes.
so Veterans Day, man, to me, it's a day to look back on my time in the service, as short as it was, but as fun as it was.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
it's that time to look back at all your buddies and all the friends that you made throughout the years that believe it or not, I still talk to on a regular basis. Um, I still keep track of their families and their kids and all kinds of stuff. And we may not talk every day. We may not talk, but once or twice a year. But it's like it's like you never left, right? It's like you just have that connection. And I just wanted to kind of put it out there for everybody. The thing to remember during this time and this Veterans Day week, or whatever you want to call it, is a couple of things, man. 22 a day, man. That's the biggest one, and that's the one that I want to talk about the most on all of this stuff. 22 vets a day commit suicide. That is unacceptable. We have got to do something to fix that. Um, there's an issue with PTSD and mental health and things like that of these guys coming back. We send them to war. We put guns in their hands. We ask them to do impossible and improbable things, and then when they come back, we don't do anything to help them. And this isn't U.S. only. This is all the allies, everybody that we have, the Brits, the French, the Italians, everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
It
you know,
it doesn't say American veterans. It says veterans, 22 a day.
yeah, we've got to take care of these folks. The other thing is, man, if you are a vet, call another vet, check in on them every once in a while, make sure they're doing okay,
Hmm.
because the last thing you want on your watch is for one of your brothers or sisters to go down because nobody checked on them. I saw a post a couple of days ago, and it was a guy standing on a street corner and had a sign, and it just said, "If you're looking for a sign to tell you not to kill yourself today, this is the
This is
sign."
it. I saw
You
that
know.
one.
Um, Now, how do you go about affecting that 22 a day situation? Reach out to any kind of veteran organization. If you're not a vet, ask a vet. If you are a vet, find a place for these people to go. You can do the big time, Wounded Warrior Project and all these big programs that are out there, but I I like to look at local. I like to look at small, because those are the people that are affecting those vets' lives on a regular basis.
I know somewhere locally, either here or Orlando, there's Mission 22. It is an
Hmm.
organization. I believe it is mission22.org or .com. I'm not sure. I don't have the link, but we can find it. But that's what they're doing. They're reaching out. They're trying to help all of the veterans. That's their goal, is to make this 22 go away.
Yeah, we really have to do something about it. I think what we have to do too is we have to get in touch with our Congress people and our senators, and we need to make sure that, and I'm not, this isn't a political statement. This is a real life statement. We need to make sure that Veterans Affairs and Veterans Health is top priority of whoever is in the White House. Um,
Yeah,
we've had a pretty good pretty good run, so to speak, of fixing a broken VA system. It's still severely busted, and it still needs a lot of work. And I know 1-3, you're kind of in the middle of all that, being
I,
being an employee of the VA.
yes, I
But
am.
but yeah,
But I have
we've got
nothing to
to.
do with all that.
No,
I'm a
of course you
plumber.
don't. But you're just a plumber. But I don't mean it that way either. But um, but the reality of it is I think we just gotta get that out in the front of people's vision, right?
Hey, I just noticed my brother's on. I didn't even see that. Hey, Stan, how you doing?
What's going on, Stan? Yeah,
Looks
we
like
got to
he's
put that.
thanking us for our service. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is, and I appreciate that. We'll get to that here in a second, but yeah, we've got to make sure. The biggest thing I want to see a change for is veteran mental health, because that's
Yes.
obviously a huge issue, and I want to see something change with that. So do us a favor. Reach out to any local veteran organizations that you have around your area. Um, we've got a couple that we are part of. We just talked about one in today's show, Veterans Enhancement Project. They are helping put tools in hands of vets, as opposed to, as they say, right? Idle hands are the tools of the devil, right? So
Yes.
you're putting a tool in a guy's hand, and maybe that wrench replaces a gun or a pill or a noose or whatever it is. So
Yep.
Veterans Enhancement Project's a great one. Reach out to your veteran organizations. One of the ones that we love and we talk about all the time, and these guys are super human beings. But the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, CVMA, reach out to those guys. They have an amazing veteran network. They do some amazing stuff for veterans.
Yep.
I mean, just one in particular is taking care of unclaimed veterans. So that's one. Obviously, that's too late after the fact of what we're talking about here. But I know that the guys over at CVMA would be able to point people in the right direction, or at least have an organization that they work with. And then the last one, man, this is a super local one for us here in Tampa. But they're up in Hernando County. It's Veterans for a Cause. It's an amazing organization. They help local vets in times of need, man, when they need to put food on the table or pay their power bill, things like that. So those are just a few for you guys to look
Yeah.
into if you wanted to. But
I'm
do
gonna
yourself a
mention.
favor, man. Go for
I'm
it.
gonna mention one more before you go off. But my Warriors place.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely. Thank you. I
I
can't believe I
you're
forgot them.
Yeah, I mean they are incredible in helping out the veterans and first responders as well, because we know that their numbers are high as well for
Yep.
suicides and stuff. But my Warriors place helps veterans, first responders. You go down there, you spend a weekend, spend a day, whatever, go kayaking, and
Yep.
it's just an amazing organization. What's her name?
Kelly
Oh my
Cowell.
gosh, Kelly Cowell. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I forget that. But Kelly is an amazing woman. We got to speak with her several
Yeah.
times, and just a great lady. So
Awesome organization there, man.
if you're in our area, check them
Yeah.
out too.
Absolutely. And like I said, if you're not in the Tampa Bay area and you're somewhere else, please look for a veteran organization, find a veterans organization, and help in any way that you can. And it doesn't have to be monetarily. It can be, it could be anything. Just give your time to help those guys. And then, like I said, soapbox, and then I'll jump off and we'll move on. But contact your Congress people and your senators, man. Just make sure that veterans' health and veteran mental health stays at the forefront of any political party or any of that. That shouldn't even be a political issue. It should just be an issue that needs to be done. So,
Right.
All right. So with that, thank you from the Rocking Road Show to all of our veterans out there. Thank you, brothers
Absolutely.
and sisters, for your service. Thank you to everybody in the Rocking Road Show family for the kind words for me and 1-3 service. It was a pleasure and an honor to serve this country, and
Yes, it was.
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. You wouldn't even have to ask me.
No.
Anytime a country needs me, man, I'm a blank check. You write me, you put me wherever you need me to go. So, and I know every other veteran out there feels the exact same way. So, okay. So with that, guys, my camera's all jacked up. So with that, let's. It's not bad. It's just not in the right spot. So I'm gonna fix it. There we go.
That's okay.
So with that, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna talk about some real quick events. There's not a whole lot right now. We're getting into the holiday season, so the events kind of slow down. But we'll talk about two that we have coming up this month. So 1-3, take it away.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of Veterans for a Cause, they're having a dice run Saturday, November 14th at 10:30 a.m. at the American Legion Paradise Post 79. Kickstands up at 11:30. It's $10 per person, and all proceeds are to benefit Veterans for a Cause. So for more information, call 813-506-1130. You can get a hold of, I believe it's either Jody or Wayne at that number. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would imagine that's probably correct. Yeah, great, like we said, great organization and hell of a lot of fun. Those dice runs are a lot of fun. A little bit different than usual poker runs, but a lot of fun. And then last we have is the Tampa Bay Area Cruisers first annual Bury the Bike Toy Drive. This is Black Friday, November 27th. At 5 p.m. and it goes to 9 p.m. It's the Salty Shamrock. They're going to pair that with their regular bike night. Soul Circus Cowboys will be rocking the stage. They have the 12 Responders 883 Sportsters there that they're giving away on January 28th.
Wow.
They're going to try and bury that bike with any unwrapped gift that you have. They're going to try and bring some joy to 3 of South Hillsborough County's charities. The Sylvia Thomas Center for Foster Children, the Mary Martha House for Women and Children of Domestic Violence, and a Kids Place for Abused and Neglected Children. So all you got to do is bring an unwrapped gift, and you get a free ticket in the Harley 883 Sportster giveaway. They're also doing free photo ops with a cool backdrop, courtesy of Mike and Neil Photography. They're going to have a bunch of contests, pumpkin pie eating contest, best decorated bike, 3-class bike show, raffle, 50-50 slow race, and much, much more. So if you guys are in the area, Black Friday, I don't like saying that word, but the Friday after Thanksgiving, I just don't like it. It just sounds terrible.
It always has.
I know, but if you guys are looking for something to do, get out of the house and avoid the shopping nightmares, this is a really cool event. Our good friend Sharpie is putting this on with the Tampa Bay Area Cruisers. So looks like it's going to be a fun event. I know that we've been asked to go. I unfortunately am not going to be around to do it. So just holidays and everything else being what they are, that's just what it is. So and then the last thing I wanted to talk about too, and then we'll wrap it up and we'll say goodnight. The last thing is the Bike Fest of Pinellas. That's around the corner. It's coming. It's in January this year, January 29th through the 31st. There's about 80 spots for vendors. I don't know how many of those are already filled, but if you guys are interested in that or know someone who's interested, contact Connie at constanceafterdark@gmail.com. constanceafterdark@gmail.com. I will link that into the comments. So if you guys know anybody who wants to do it or anything like that, you guys can forward that on. But that's going to be a fun event. Looking forward to that. We had some fun at the Bike Fest last year, so it should be a good time. Should be a good time. All right, I'm getting beep beep beeps in my ear because my headphones are going to run out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I've got I don't have much else. I don't know what you got, 1-3, if you have anything else.
That's pretty
I
much
look like
it,
I'm sitting at the top of the screen here. Let me fix that. There we go.
I have no idea what happened to your camera, man. It just started moving all over the place.
It's because I was trying to fix it. But I hear some dings coming in real quick. Everybody, Dan saying, I know that all your events will be great and will be a big bike hit. Love all you bring your bikes and social communities together. Have fun, good mental health. Couldn't agree more.
Thanks, Dan. And Dan, go to sleep, man.
Ken saying, I want in, please. Want in to.
He wants in. I think he wants in on the Bike Fest in Ellis.
Oh, okay. Definitely, Ken. Contact.
We'll hook you up with.
Just send Connie an email there, and she'll give you all the information, the vendor form, and all that stuff. So just get in touch with her. Dan, ride safe, ride happy. Absolutely. Garth, be safe, everyone. Stay safe, everybody. That's kind of the mantra there. So yeah, stay safe, be fun, have a hell of a time.
Absolutely.
We next week is good. Yeah, next week. I think I'm in town. So next week we'll be at the 1-3 bar, and then the week after that is Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think we'll figure it out.
If
next week, I think that's right. But if next week is Thanksgiving, then we're back away. So
no, it's next week. Next week we're good. The week after is Thanksgiving.
So we'll be at the 1-3 bar next week, and we'll see you guys then. Thank you again for commenting. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for participating in the show. We love you guys all. It helps us get off topic, which helps move the show along.
Absolutely.
Sense. But hey, we love you guys all. You guys keep it rocking. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Keep the rubber side down, baby.
We'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.
Peace.